I am invisible to you until it's too late. I know where you live, and guess what? I live there too. And if you are happily married, I will make sure that your marriage fails. Your money will fall into my hands, and I will bankrupt you for my own self-gain. I don't sleep, so I make sure you don't either. I will make sure that every day you wake up, you will cry. I am autism.
A lot of things bring me autistic joy. I really like meowing at my cat.
You know, drawing, doing arts and crafts.
Creating art, like drawing and sewing projects related to the piece of media that I get like hyperfixated on.
Spending time with people who I know will not, get upset at me for being myself.
Learning about how the human body works and how the human mind works.
Engaging with the media that I get really invested in, like podcasts or movies and books.
Hanging out with my cat, listening to my music at 3 a.m. alone, except for my cat. My cat is there.
My autism gives me the strength to be creative and allows me to sympathize and empathize with others.
The ability to memorize a lot of stuff and being able to recall that when I need.
Being so deeply interested in some of my special interests has led me to engage in things to a level that I don't know that I would engage in were I not this autistically interested.
Definitely my memory, and also I'd say my creativity too.
Less restrained by things that I see that neurotypical people struggle with. I feel like I'm able to, there's a lot of social expectations that we're just immune to.
Being around neurotypical people is very difficult, and it's one of the reasons why I do not currently have a job, and I am scared of trying to get into that space.
Sometimes I do miss social cues, and that can be a challenge. Sometimes I have troubles with eye contact and stimming maybe just a little too loudly.
If I go out in the morning to do errands, that'll usually, the stimuli from that will tire me out enough that I wouldn't want to go out and do anything else in the afternoon. And once I got home from that first outing, I'd need some time to sit in my dimly lit room and try to recharge.
I've been alive for 21 years, and I spent, since I've learned I am autistic, a decade ago or something, pretty much all of them just trying to understand how to be more functional and exist without just falling apart.
I wish people would know that there's a lot of beauty in autism, and it's always great to hear people exploring all of the both negative and positive aspects of autism, because without people exploring these topics, then we wouldn't know more about it.
I wish people knew that there's a lot of autistic organizations out there that aren't being spoken for by people with autism. The people that are on the board of those other organizations, they aren't people with autism. They're people with kids who have autism who feel certain ways about their kids having autism. And I think that organizations should be putting people with autism in the speaking roles. It should be people with autism who are making the decisions about autism.
I wish people knew that you do not have to infantilize us because we are not children. We simply have a disability.
People will think that autism is some always permanently lifelong debilitating disease that is basically worse than death. And then some people will be like, no, autism is some wondrous perfect thing that will make you a super genius, and you trade a little bit of lack of social skills for being an uber genius at some specific topic, and you're basically destined to have a perfect career. No, it's a spectrum.
A lot of good things and a lot of bad things, but all in all, autism makes me so unique, and I really like the fact that I was born with autism.
I don't think I would have rather been born without autism, because I feel like I just can't really picture who I'd be without it. It informs and affects so much of my personality and the way I interact with the world and other people, that I'd just be a completely different person if I didn't have it, I think, and I wouldn't really be me, so I would rather have it because I'd rather be me.
I see that question online a lot, if I would rather be born without autism, why or why not? And I feel very sad for the people who say that they would rather be born without autism, but I understand it at the same point. I feel like if I was born without autism, I just wouldn't be me. It's like changing out your brain entirely. I think that it's just another way for a brain to work.
With everything else I have in my mind, like very bad depression, I would say crippling depression if I'm unmedicated, very bad anxiety, bad ADHD, possibly bipolar or something. Having something that just makes me worse at communicating with a large number of people can just make things even trickier. And sometimes I wish that like I could just have something off my plate to make life a little bit more manageable. But with how much I genuinely love the people around me and my community, with how much I absolutely love like interacting with my special interests, and how much absolute, raw, unfiltered, pure joy I always get from engaging with the things I love and the people I love, I feel like overall, with the life I've managed to cultivate, of one where I get to be around the people I love a lot and I get to spend a lot of time doing the things I love, I think I'm happier being autistic.